manager at a crypto exchange. That's in Singapore as well. We've got a marketing growth manager in Singapore, compliance specialist in Singapore. We also have a director of payments in Canada, chief compliance officer for clearing in New York, senior HR business partner in Singapore, a crypto treasury manager here in the US. I've got a quant trader in the US, if anybody is a quant in here, senior network security engineer in New Jersey. And the roles that I just picked up a chief marketing officer for a crypto company. I picked up a, oh my God, what was the title? I just picked it up today. An SRE position, as well as a DevRel role. So I'm everything Web3, blockchain, crypto, gaming, and fintech focused. So that's what you can reach out to me about.
Awesome. I love it. You've always got the best. I absolutely love it. From there, I think Ryann dropped. I was just checking in on her. I think she'll be back shortly. It may have been connection issues, but nonetheless.
Yeah, I am here, I think.
Oh, wow. That's a new one.
So I'm thinking I should leave it again and come back. I don't know.
Yeah.
My mic has had, I was trying to get my mic better, and now here we are. So.
Oh, good. I would suggest potentially trying to refresh and seeing if that works. And in the meantime, I'll go ahead and pass it off to Kevin, and then we can go from there.
Sweet. Appreciate you, Sean. So my name is Kevin Logan. I'm the head of talent for Probably Nothing Talent. We kind of work within the kind of disruptive technology space, being Web3, blockchain, AI, related. And then previous to that, I'm also the director of recruiting for NHP Talent Group. We're more in the Web2 media marketing advertising space. But for these purposes, I'm going to talk about the blockchain role that I have specifically. So the blockchain role I have is a DevOps lead. It's for a really cool company called Massive. They're an innovative blockchain company working on cutting edge cloud technologies. And so what they're looking for is the way that what they're doing is they're building a new they're building a new model for the internet. And so they need somebody that's used to building for daily active users. And so they're looking for somebody that has experience working on cloud technologies where the product has anywhere between 100 to 500,000 daily active users, because they're looking to ramp up to 3 to 5 million in terms of the network load. So this person can handle a few million requests a second or a minute, experience scaling their infrastructure. Preferably AWS is what they're looking for. This person is going to lead, manage the development and maintenance of the cloud infrastructure. Let's see. Develop and implement strategies for CI/CD. And then what they're looking for is somebody more kind of senior, somebody who's probably like 7 to 10 years experience, or you're knocking on that, right, where you can level up. At least 3 years of expertise in AWS services, strong experience with infrastructure as code, specifically Terraform, and then what else would probably be good information for this? And then to that point, so we work as a consultancy. We are more like an RPO, which means I work directly with this client. So I wouldn't be submitting you as an agency. It would be direct to them as well, just so you know.
Really quickly, can I chime in for a sec?
About it.
Probably Nothing Talent with Adam. How do you say his last name? Posner?
Posner, yes. That is
highly recommend. Big fan of Adam's. Kevin, you're fabulous. So if you're looking for a job, Kevin's company, good stuff.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you.
We love it. No, that's awesome. From there, Ryann, it looks like you're back. Hopefully everything's going good now. Sorry to stress you out about that. But go ahead and kick off with an intro.
That's not you.
Feel free
well, you know what though? This makes sense for who I am. All of this. Hopefully I'm not echoing too poorly. Someone's raising their hand, I think. Donald? No, ignore it. Okay. But I mean, also, Donald, speak your piece if you've got something to say. I don't know.
I think he's
Hi,
clapping.
I'm Ryan. Okay. Oh, yay. Okay. Well, hi, I'm Ryan. I work at Latitude Therapy. We work with neurodivergent individuals on the autism spectrum. I myself am on the autism spectrum. It's Did I mute me or did somebody else? No. Okay, whatever. It's fine. I'm new here. So a little bit nervous, obviously. Hello. I love the work we do. I'm not sure if anybody else here is in human services. If not, good for you, because the system is not great. I'm so over this. Anyway, the company I work at, Latitude Therapy, we provide services to individuals on the autism spectrum, and we have a huge focus on inclusion, diversity, neurodivergency. The neurodivergency movement, diversity movement, is something that I have personally rallied for myself and others for years, and it's really cool to see things in 2023, things that would have been weird 2015, being normal now. Thank you, I guess, Gen Z and TikTok. I don't know. Somebody's doing that work. But anyway, the company I work for provides services to individuals on the autism spectrum disorder, say it again. But what we're looking for right now are registered behavior technicians. We have competitive wages, starting off at $19 an hour for RBTs. And that's after they have paid training, as well as a 40-hour course that will give them certifications. So what an RBT does, what a registered behavior technician does. I have a little presentation. I did make a presentation. If it's okay for me to share that. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. There's actually a screen share button down below. It'll say start share. You can just click on that.
Yeah, awesome. I think I'm working it out. Awesome. Okay. So let's just Okay, so this is a QR code for, if anybody ever wants to join the company, so they can just go straight to the website. That's about as techy as I get. Latitude Therapy, so I would start off with the ABA section, though, because it doesn't matter if you know who we are if you don't know what we do. So ABA, it's data-driven science. It's based on observable behaviors rather than internal states. That means I can't measure how rude someone is or how nerves. I'm getting muted and I can't see it. Oh my gosh, okay. So anyway, that means we measure how rude someone is, because I literally cannot get a number from them. So there's technology involved in this. A behavior has to be observable, intentional, and measurable in ABA science. That means, if I'm measuring, I measure how many times a client screams. 1, 2, 3, 17, who knows? But I can see that, I can count it, and that's what matters. So we strive to learn the function of a behavior. If I don't know why somebody's engaging in behavior, if I don't know that my client is screaming because they cannot say that they are hungry, in any form of communication, verbal, sign language, pictures, there's so many different ways to communicate, but if they can't tell me that, their needs aren't being met. So our goal is to help them learn how to communicate, and by doing that, protect themselves, advocate for themselves, and live their best, most independent life. The goal is for us to disappear eventually. Everybody's final level of independence looks different. I am on the spectrum myself. I have a husband, 4 cats. Luckily, I got to lock them all out of the basement, or else this would be even crazier. But other people might need assisted living. Other people might need a roommate, somebody that checks on them daily. So we want to get to that final stage. Latitude is it's women-owned company. We strive to provide the same care to our clients that we do our employees. That's emotional safety. I'm staff liaison, so I liaise, and also do some assistance and training. But I'm by the people, for the people, of the people is kind of the rule. So because I was the people, I've worked in the field. So we strive to create an environment that is safe, and we do this because this is a tiring job, but it is also the most rewarding job anyone, I think, could have, because I love it so much. So I think that everybody should love it, because you get to see the small things. A client, you walk in their house and, you know, I've got a 5-year-old kiddo who's got a vocabulary of 3 words, and then a month later, he's up to 30. And 2 weeks later, he's at 60 up to 100, because once they learn that for whatever form of communication is accessible to them, gets them what they need quicker, I get to be a part of that. And I help my client. So very rewarding job. It is human services, but we do have competitive rates, and that's based on, you know, somebody's, if they already are an RBT, if they've experienced the field, education, etc. Okay, brevity was never my strong suit, but I will be all done now.
Love it. I love it. No, that was awesome. And just to stop screen sharing. Yeah, perfect. You got it. Cool. No, that was great. And first of all, huge shout out to the chat for all the support. Definitely
Yeah, I loved it. It made me feel so happy. You know what that's called? That's called.
You did great, Ryan. You did great.
Facts.
Thank you.
No, I love it. I love it. But yeah, no, obviously, if you have any links, and this goes to all the recruiters, if you guys have any links, whether it's your socials or for people to apply, etc., just go ahead and drop them over in the room chat for everybody to check out. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and pass the intro, I believe, to Donald. We'll go next, and then Matt, and then Bez.
Hey, Sean, can I just do a quick little 30-second, and then I'll pass it to Donald?
Yeah, my bad. Totally.
Yeah, because you know I'm quick with it. I don't really have too much to say. But while everybody's here, go to the link in the chat. It's my free community called Tech Careers, where I post open tech roles. If you guys could just slow down the chat for 2 seconds and check out this link real quick. So it's a community on Entre that I run. It's called Tech Careers. I post open tech roles, free resources, events, and funding resources every day, every other day. It's also a place where you can network. So obviously check out the marketplace, but everybody, all 291 of you, click the link and join Tech Careers and check out some of the roles and check out the resources page. A lot of free resources around cybersecurity courses, software engineering courses, apprenticeships, internships, and a lot of jobs. So check out that community, and yeah, look forward to seeing you there. I'm done. Thank you.
Go. Now, if you guys haven't already, obviously follow all of the speakers up here on stage. They're some of the best, but now huge shout out to Jarrett, always helping out with these and always dropping some of the best resources, not just in his community, but if you guys haven't checked out his YouTube page, I mean, I'll give you the opportunity to drop it yourself, but if not, I can definitely find it and drop it in there a little bit later. But no, definitely follow along with Jarrett. He's up to some awesome things and just an awesome dude all around. So definitely appreciate your help with this, of course, as well. But yeah, with that said, Donald, I think you're back. I saw you drop there for a second. So let me know if you're back, and you can kick it off with an intro.
Yeah, can you all hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, good. I can't see my picture, but good evening, everyone, or good morning, wherever you are. Thanks for allowing me to be here once again. I'd like to want to say a couple of things. Ryan, I think you did great. I know you were nervous, but for your first time here, listen, you are here with the Entre Recruiter fam, the Entre fam. Fantastic. And I would like to also tell you, thank you for all the great work you're doing, because you're definitely making a difference. And we hear you with family, so truly appreciate you. Brother Sean, Brother Jarrett, Brother Matt, great to see you all again. Brother Bez, Kevin, I think I've seen you a couple of times. Good to see you again. Sister Emily, always pinch hitter. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. It's good to see you. So for everyone who's been here, welcome to the virtual job fair. I represent a company called BairdTech, and what we do is we have a bevy of clients. We help build their teams mostly in the startup space and mostly at tech companies, but pretty much not every company is almost a tech company. But this period, we don't really have a whole lot right now. Some of this is slow down and some are picked up, but we have 2 roles that are in the jobs and gig posting. There's one for senior engineer. 2 is for one of our clients that is in Los Angeles. If you all go to the job post, you'll see the full description there. I'll put the job in the link pretty soon. And I'm posting also in the chat another one of our clients a senior audit manager. They're based in Santa Barbara, California. The Los Angeles role is an in-person role, and the senior audit manager role is in a hybrid mode. You'll see the job description, and what we're looking for are people that are enthusiastic in both and really just want to make a difference, and we'll help you in terms of the coordination with that. I just want to say, for people who have been here for the first time or just your first time applying for any of our roles, the job portal through Entre is great because you're able to send your resume, send us a message directly through DMs. It automatically comes to us, and what happens is we'll respond. I usually respond right away. And again, like Sean said, I would encourage every one of you to follow all of us here on the stage. And for my personal information, you could just go to my profile, send me a follow, look at my profile. We have our website there. I have my LinkedIn information there, as well as my email. So just want to say to everyone, good luck, happy hunting, and thanks again.
No, we appreciate it. Always the best. I also, by the way, I went ahead and dropped those roles in the chat. Oh, sorry, getting a little feedback from you, right? Oh, there we go. Awesome. Yeah, other than that, I went ahead and dropped some of your roles over in the room chat as well. I see you did it. Cool. Yeah, with that said, we'll go ahead and pass the mic over to Matt, and then we'll get Bez going.
What's up, everybody? Thanks, Sean. It's good to be here again. So I'm the owner of MJL Recruiting and Consulting. I work in the small to mid-sized business space, pretty similar to what Donald does. Right now, I have a director of marketing role, which is remote nationwide, except for California. And they're looking for somebody that has performance media experience. They're really specific on the performance media piece of it. So if you have that, looking for ideally 7 years of experience in that performance media space. If you have that experience, shoot me a resume and we'll get you in front of them. And I'll have more coming soon.
Awesome, awesome. And then Bez, if you want to share some of your roles, obviously start with an intro.
Hello. Just when I'm trying to talk, my dogs are barking. But Bez Rengifo, have my own executive search firm, and I'm mainly focused in healthcare, even though I come from the tech side. But right now I have 2 healthcare opportunities. One of them I filled since last time. So these are 2 hot positions. One's a medical diagnostic sonographer, and that's basically an ultrasound tech, specifically looking for somebody that has done OBGYN and abdominal stuff. So that's a really hot position. They'll take someone from entry level all the way to very experienced level, strong benefit package, very competitive comp package, and it's a top 25 healthcare system in North Carolina. Same organization. I'm also looking for a manager of patient care services, and that's somebody who's an RN and has worked in labor and delivery and has some, hopefully some leadership experience. But if they've been a lead or a supervisor, I'm very interested in talking to them. Again, same organization, 15,000 plus employees, top 25 healthcare system in the United States, in North Carolina. Please let me know. I'll put them in the chat, the names of the positions, but that's what I've got. Thank you, Sean.
No, thank you. Always, there we go. I see a bunch of people joining some communities and following up. Yeah, guys, definitely take advantage of the room chat. Obviously, I see everybody dropping their socials. Be sure to connect with each other. It definitely goes a long way. You never know where an opportunity, a connection, stuff like that can take you. So take full advantage of it. Definitely share your socials as well. Even if you're over in the audience, take advantage of it. But yeah, with that said, I did see a few questions over in the room chat. I kind of missed them because the room chat's moving super quick. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions for or in regards to any of these roles for any of the recruiters, feel free to drop them. I'll definitely try to answer or ask a few of them for you guys that I see. But I did see a few questions about Logan's or Kevin's job. if you kind of want to touch a little bit more in depth on some of your roles.
Where are the questions? I'd love to answer them.
Yeah, no, I feel you. It was so far ago. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't even remember it, but if you just want to touch a little bit more in depth, and I did see somebody ask for the name of the company as well. So if you want to touch on that again.
For sure. Their name is Massive. Online, I believe they're under Join Massive. But they're a blockchain company, trying to revolutionize, trying to create a new way to monetize the internet, we'll say. And if anybody's is a nerd like me, once you get on the website, you'll see what I mean. So going back, let's see, what's some other information I can add?
What's the entry level, or is it manager level, or?
Yeah, so it's a DevOps lead. No, it's a senior level. They're looking for somebody ideally in the 7 to 10 years of experience area. Somebody that's got 5 or 6 that can punch up is probably going to work as well. But it is a startup. There's about 20 folks there. So, it's very much an open door policy. Everybody does their own work. Everybody shows up, makes it happen, goes home happy. Experience at startups, new product development is going to be highly desirable. So for some of the actual, the skill set, they're looking for somebody that has 3 years expertise in AWS services on the cloud side. So that's going to be, Lambda, API Gateway, CloudWatch, Route 53, EC2, Aurora, RDS, things of that nature. With a focus on smooth scaling, building resiliency, cost analysis and optimization. So, somebody that has strong experience with infrastructure as a code, specifically Terraform, which is AWS, is going to be highly valuable for this role. Obviously, again, somebody who's a self-starter, startup experience. As I mentioned before, the product that you're working on has daily active users. And so they're looking for somebody that has built products and worked on products that's had up to or exceeded 500,000 daily active users, as they're looking to ramp up to 3 to 5 million in terms of network load, the devices that are receiving and relaying the requests. What else would be good information? This is okay. I know, I'm trying to think.
No, you're good. You're good. No worries. Go ahead.
Oh, I can tell the pay range for the role, because they said it's cool for me to say. The pay range for this role is between 125 to 150K base, and then would be happy to talk more in terms of incentives from there.
So awesome. No, I didn't mean to pressure you.
No. Good. I love the pressure.
I just saw a few questions. Figured I'd try to help some people out because I saw a handful. But yeah, other than that, obviously, I do see the room chat. A few people can't hear. If you guys have tried on the mobile app already, like download the mobile app. If you're still having issues, Jarrett is hosting or streaming this over to Clubhouse as well. He dropped the link already. I think we might be having some issues on mobile web, so maybe get off Safari if you're having issues on Safari. But other than that, yeah, apologies. Like I said, Jarrett's streaming over on Clubhouse, so everything you should be able to hear from over there. Go ahead.
Can I say one thing? I go to a lot of these type of events, and I appreciate all 309 of you in here. And I want to help you guys. I want to set you up for success. I literally posted about this on LinkedIn today. And that is who recruiters are and what we do. And so all I'm going to say to everybody in the crowd, if you're going to DM any of us, please, please, please do your best to be as clear and concise about what you're looking for. And I would highly recommend that you either do research on us so that it lands, your message lands, because if you don't, I'm going to go right by it, because I have 300 other messages from 300 other candidates that are doing the same thing, which again, I totally want to help. I just want to help you help yourself. Be as clear and concise about what it is you're looking for. If you send me a resume and ask me to look for your job, I'm going to tell you I'm a recruiter, and I don't do that. I represent the client, not the candidate. So that's all I want to say.
Yeah,
Preach,
that's gold.
Kevin. Preach, dude. Preach.
No, it's yeah, very true. Obviously, I'll allow all of the recruiters to kind of touch on all of their things, pet peeves, stuff like that as we continue. But yeah, guys, definitely, obviously, like, don't hesitate to reach out, connect with them, drop a follow, all of that stuff. But yeah, when it comes to the DMs, obviously they're getting a lot. Applications, they're getting a lot. So yeah, try to stand out. You know, whatever that means, do your best to figure it out and figure out a way to stand out. But yeah, no, definitely appreciate that, Kevin. I mean, it's so true, and we say it every time we host these, but you can't say it enough sometimes. With that said, I know there's a few questions about entry-level roles. There's a ton over on the jobs board if you guys haven't checked that out already. But if anybody has any lower entry-level roles that you guys want to share, feel free. But other than that, we can.
Hey, Sean, have you showed them on screen share the marketplace?
Yeah. I can do that again. I did it at the beginning, but I wasn't recording. But yeah, I'll go ahead. Like I was just saying, guys. Oh, if it wants to let me screen share. Maybe not.
So I did want to say something. So on I said entry level, entry level jobs for Latitude. Just a side note, what you need to work with us is a high school diploma or GED equivalent. You need to have an open mind and an open heart and be ready to learn. So just wanted to hit on entry level jobs. If anybody's, I think about as easy as it can get. We just want you to work with us and help us help people. So
I love it. And yeah, like I said, definitely share the links to any of your open roles or the website, whatever's easiest, so people can check them out. But yeah, I saw somebody drop the link. I'll go ahead and drop the link as well. I, for some reason, am having some connection issues, so I can't screen share at the moment, but it's literally just the marketplace. It's literally the job/gigs tab. I dropped the link to it. But yeah, you guys can check out, like I said, there's a bunch of entry-level jobs in there. Obviously, you can filter depending on experience and stuff. But yeah, with that said, I would love to kind of move a little bit more into the note that kind of Kevin left off on, of like tips and advice for job seekers. Obviously, there's a lot of mayhem going on in the jobs market right now, and I'd love for some of the recruiters to kind of touch on that, best ways to go about getting a job, landing a job, getting noticed, whatever it may be. Emily, if you want to kick that off, I'd love to hear what you've got.
Me?
Yep, you Emily. Right, you.
Oh, sorry. I had this guy named Tally messaging me on Telegram, so I was responding to that. By the way, hi Tally, thank you for messaging me. So how to get a job is what we're talking about? Okay, love it.
Stand out, get a job.
So in Web3, one of my favorite hacks is Discord, right? I hope everybody knows what Discord is. So what I love to do for a little business development action, which you can steal this, is I'll find a really great crypto project. I will go on their Discord. I will contribute a little bit to their project, and then I will message their mods as well as their founders, right? And say, hey, do you need any help with hiring, right? Now that's me doing business development as an outside recruiter. For my candidates, what I always say is contribute to the community a little bit. Well, first, make sure there's an open job for you, because this is much easier to close if there's an open job rather than just networking. So if you see an open job, go on their Discord, make a little comment, and then reach out to their founders, which are usually listed on their Discord, and say, hey, I saw you were hiring a business development professional. Do you think my 3 years of experience doing business development in Web3 could bring value to your team, right? Something as simple as that could start a conversation and get you in the door. Specifically for business development in Web3, you got to sell yourself. Companies are being very thoughtful in the amount of money that they spend and being very, heavily evaluating their business development professionals. So on your resume, you want to highlight your achievements right at the top, right? Affected ROI this, brought in deals in X period of time, right? Really talking about metrics and KPIs, because they want to look at your resume for 3 to 30 seconds and say, yes, this person is going to bring results. I want to meet them, right? So my goal is to help you make a first impression within 3 to 30 seconds. So something just hard, like shilling right for a second. We host a weekly blockchain brunch on LinkedIn where we go through people's profiles and actually audit them to help you have a better chance of being contacted by recruiters and hiring managers and landing those interviews. So if anybody needs help with the profile review, I think we do it once a month on here, Sean, and then we do it weekly on LinkedIn. So if you'd like to come, you're more than welcome. We get about 200 people in the room. It's a party. But that's what I would say. Reach out on Discord, stand out, search their name on Telegram, go on Twitter. Last thing, and then I'll let you guys go. Can I actually share my screen for a second?
1000%.
Okay, hold on. I gotta pull up Twitter on a different browser. Okay, sorry. My VPN kicks me out of Twitter all the time.
I feel that.
All right, that is not what I want to share. Where is window? Twitter. Okay, so here's one of my favorite things to do. I will actually add people to a list on Twitter. So when you add someone to a list, I don't know if any of you have experienced this, it actually sends you a notification that someone added you to a list. So it'll say, Emily Landon added you to a list. Now it gets even better. My lists are like this. Emily called you, right? So if I call someone, I add them to this list, they get a notification and it says, Emily Landon added you to the list, Emily called you, right? So that way they know, oh, hey, that was that random call that I got, right? That was who called. And it's just a great way to get their attention. So I might create a Twitter list saying, hey, I just reached out about the job, right? And start adding people to that Twitter list. It really gets their attention. So yeah, works for me.
I love that. That's actually super cool. I might have to steal that, not gonna lie.
Could I touch on some things that Emily was
100%, yeah.
I'd love to add to that right there, because one, where she was totally going with that. And so by trade, a long time ago, I used to be a comedian and copywriter. And so when we talk about exactly what you're talking about, it's the hook and the ending, AKA the setup and the punchline, right? So everybody needs a punchline because everybody has a setup, right? Your setup is who you are, your skill set, what you do, what you bring to the table, right? And so what Emily does, I'm sure on that 1 hour session, is she tries to help you figure out what your punchline is, right? What's that thing that's going to make you stand out? What's that hook? What's that 3 to 6 seconds of you getting in front of me when I'm looking at your resume that's going to say, okay, boom. Or what's on your headline? What's on your banner, right? And so, like, for instance, this gentleman that just sent me something, because I told them to hook me, sent me the first line is, I'm probably the 14th Mexican to reach out to you for this. I have no idea if that's true, but you know what? He got me. So I read the next line and then the next line and then the next line, simply because he approached me in a way that's completely different. Now, we'll talk about the Mexican fellow Latino, so I feel you. But my point is, he hooked me, right? And then at the end, he left me with a feeling. So you have to think about how you hook them first, but then also if it's a message, you have to think about what you want them thinking. How you gonna open up that curiosity gap for that recruiter to want to actually reach back out to you. So that's your punchline. What's your punchline? So, and for this, I would highly recommend anybody that's trying to figure out how to do this, because I'm just talking macro and strategy. There's a TED Talk about a gentleman who talks about this. If you just type TED Talk and punchline, he breaks this down in 15 minutes in a way that honestly, I've never had to look at another copywriting book again. I have hooks and endings down at this point, but I'm telling you, even think about any post. 90% of people read the first 2 lines and the last 2 lines and nothing in the middle. Your hooks and your endings, your setup and your punchline, I promise you, will get you into more conversations, because at the end of the day, that resume is not you. Your voice is you. Your face is you. You want to get in front of people to have conversations. That resume is never going to close anybody unless you have the name Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, right? Like you have these big names. Side of that, if you don't have Amazon, if you don't have Microsoft, if you don't have Apple, you got to figure out a different way to hook them. You got to figure out a different way to, and then once you get them on the phone, you close them. All right, that's all I want to say.
The chat's over here killing me. No, I don't know how anybody's gonna follow that up. So good talk. We'll wrap it up. I appreciate everybody for coming. No, honestly, that was pure gold, and it's 100% true. I mean, I know Donald and Bez and a few of the other recruiters have touched on this a lot, and I feel like most recruiters out here will completely agree. It's really becoming a market right now of who you know, not what you know. And like Kevin said, a resume is a resume. People can pretty much put whatever they want at it. And at the end of the day, it's going to come down to who you are, who you know. So yeah, that's just pure gold. I absolutely love it.
Sorry, I promise. I stop. I promise.
Of course.
You said something so important. I am a recruiter, but I'm also a job search strategist. So I spend 4 hours of my day with somebody in front of me and I write their resume. I'm not saying I'm really good at writing. I'm saying I'm really good at embellishing the facts. Most recruiters know this when they are reading resumes, okay? Pick a number to represent your, hey, you did this, as a result, this happened. That number, most recruiters know, is a number we just kind of figured out, right? The resume is not you. You got to figure out a way to get past it. All right, that's all I want to say.
Go ahead, Bez.
Okay, yeah, I have a share, but I want to ask your permission first because, you know, as we're out there, you know, trying to help people get jobs, I'm also have a worthy cause that I'm walking for. Do you mind if I share it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing a 22-mile hike for the Make-A-Wish Foundation to help critically ill children that are in need of hope. And it is a, you know, when kids are sick, you know, anywhere from infant to 18 years old, it sucks being sick. And so, you know, I've never walked 22 miles, much less on the Appalachian Trail. So it's not just flat, it's up and down. I'm training. I'm going to do this on November the 8th. And even if someone drags me across the finish line, I'm going to walk. And the funds we raise will provide hope for the kids. No amount is too small. $1, $5, or, you know, if you want to ball out and cover my $2,500, yeah, go for it. But I'll tell you this: whatever you give, I'll go find someone who can match it, and I'll give you a shout out on all my social medias because I appreciate what you've done for these critically ill kids. Blessings.
I love that. Yeah, 22 miles is no joke. That's especially on the Appalachian.
As an elder,
go ahead.
I was sick. I was a sick child. I still am. I consider my health to be that of a Victorian child. But I was very sick, and I was in the hospital for a long time in Make-A-Wish, St. Louis, the St. Louis chapter or community of it. Was just so awesome. So thank you for supporting a group that is, and one of my friends works for the wish coordinator is what they call them, or a wish maker. I can't. Anyway, it's really cool. So thank you so much, Bez. I was giggling in the chat, and then I was like, oh, like my heart. And I just wanted to make a side note. A big thing that I think of with resumes. I know that I think you were going to share your screen, but with resumes, I think of the resume as a sum of your abilities and your accomplishments and your education, but not like, so as Kevin was saying, somebody said church with Pastor Kevin Logan, and I lost my mind. But as Kevin said, it's not you. You can write a sentence like, I'm you know, an excited learner. I'd be like, what the hell? If somebody, I am so ready to learn, and I have so many goals, and I can't wait to help people. But I don't know the person who wrote those words. I haven't seen them. I haven't talked to them on the phone, had a personal experience with them. So that conversation that you have that cover letter, whoever it may, whatever it may be, putting yourself in there, and as Emily began with, unapologetically. If you don't like me, you don't need me. Obviously, we are also on the recruiting side of this, so please. But also, I want to know who you are as staff liaison. So anyway, it's just so important to know that your resume isn't the sum of everything you are. It's just a sum of your skills, your abilities, and your accomplishments. So yeah, okay.
I love it. No, of course, of course. Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head there, 100%. And I also saw a few other questions that I definitely want to touch on. And that was about the ATS. Somebody asked you specifically, Kevin, if you rely on ATS, which I believe is the resume stuff, the machine or whatever, right? So if any of you guys use it, want to touch on it a little, have at it.
What was the question?
They were just asking if you use it. Or
in ATS?
Used it.
Yeah, plenty of times. I do not right now in my current capacity. I don't need one. I use, it's more like I kind of created my own CRM that makes sense to me. But yes, I've certainly used ATSs in the past. The one thing, as I'm sure all recruiters will always say, is an ATS is simply a human with a finger programming a machine, a whatever you want to call it. And so anytime you get filtered out, it is a human that filtered you out. It's just that the machine listened to the rule that the human put in place, right? So much about what I do is honestly convincing people that that is actually true, that there isn't some AI bot that's just out there rejecting people on their own. And in addition, there's a lot of these like ATS compliant resumes, like that's a lot of BS mostly too, with all due respect. As long as you don't have a picture on there, there's a couple things where it's like, come on, right? Really? But I kind of recommend in terms of using an ATS and resumes and all that, right? So there's two ways that usually resumes happen: through the application stage, where you definitely want I guess I'll say it even though I hate it. They're like an ATS compliant one where, again, which is like kind of like just like no picture on there, basically. But then I don't mind the creative one when it's one that you're going to send directly to people. If it's still incredibly simple for me to find exactly who you are and what you do, because there is nothing about your design. There's nothing about your face. There's nothing about the font you use. There's nothing about the size of the font. There's nothing about the spacing, the sentences, the paragraphs, or anything else that is going to make me key in on you unless you have the experience I need for the role that's in front of me. And if you make me take longer to get to that point, I've got a lot of other resumes I got to get to. So just to keep it real, when it comes to that, make it as black and white and bland and boring as possible, because boring is good. That, that like Times New Roman, white space, and just words, that is the best resume for me. And that's all y'all should care about, is what I care about.
No Comic Sans. No Comic Sans. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
So that's
my
ATS
I agree
deal.
with Kevin big time. I think Kevin's got it on the nail on the head. Like black and white. I mean, I think don't have typos in your resume, because that's a red flag, right? It means you don't know how to use grammar or Microsoft Word. But having a super basic resume, definitely important. Make it so a 5-year-old can understand it, right? You're dealing with recruiters that may not have the experience that they should to recruit this position. You might be dealing with more junior recruiters. So if you can help them understand what you do, you're going to be in a much better spot, right? If your resume is too high level, it's just I could call you and spend 30 minutes on an interview, but it's a lot closer to the money if you really explain your background. Again, I think it's really important at the top of your resume to have an achievement section. I worked very hard to put a resume template together, so if anybody would like that, let me know. But yeah, no, I think what Kevin said was great. But one thing to keep in mind, guys, applicant tracking systems, they track everything. So does LinkedIn. So when you apply to a job with a resume, that resume will stay in there even when you apply, update another one. So all of your resume history is going to be saved in that applicant tracking system as well as on LinkedIn. So I can see how many jobs you've applied to. I can see when you've applied to these jobs. I can see how many people reached out and the conversation that you've had with that person that's on my team. So just something to keep in mind. Don't like willy-nilly apply. You're more than welcome to take a shot. But if you're a, VP of engineering, I wouldn't apply to an executive assistant position because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And now what we're dealing with is human interpretation, right? Your action, what does that say to me? How does that make me feel, right? And if you're a VP of engineering applying to an executive assistant role, that's a red flag because it's like, why is this happening? Are they not paying attention to the jobs they're applying to? You know what I mean? So it's all about impression is reality, unfortunately. So make sure you're strategic with your outreach, you're strategic with your applications.
And I'm not I swear to God, I'm not, but she keeps teeing me up. Okay. I swear to God, this is good actionable advice. I swear. Okay. The reason why everybody needs to dumb down their resume is because this, I literally told y'all about this DevOps role I have, right? And I am just dangerous enough to know what I told y'all, but I kind of don't, right? Most recruiters that you work with probably don't actually know what you do day to day, but they know a lot of keywords. They know a lot of macro ideas, right? So we can put things together and be dangerous. Here's the one time I would recommend you might think about using AI. When you're done with your resume, now keep your resume as it is, but filter it into ChatGPT and ask GPT to write it as though it was a third grader. Because it's going to simplify your messaging, your words, and your ideas so that people like me can easily understand it. Because the more complex it is, the more you're going to lose me because I don't know what you actually do. Most recruiters aren't actually doing that stuff. So when you write your resume, write it like the other person on the other side is a novice, has no idea what you do, has no idea the complexity of your environment, the scope and scale of what you do, right? You have to write it like it's a third grader. Okay, that's it. Thank you, Emily.
Look, I'd be sending. Go ahead, Jarrett. Sorry.
Yeah. I just want to jump in real quick just to piggyback off what you said. So slow down the chat real quick. I'm going to give you guys a YouTube resource. This person is a career coach that's gotten hundreds of people jobs in tech, and she's nerding out on ChatGPT. And what you're going to be able to see in this YouTube video, I would say start at the 14-minute mark because there's a lot of preamble, but the 14-minute mark is when she gets into the good stuff. She breaks down different prompts that you can take your resume and, like Kevin said, create different versions of it that may be more impactful. So instead of the prompt of as a third grader, there's also the prompt of as a career coach, update my resume to match this job description, etc. So it goes step by step, it breaks it down. So I'm about to click enter now. All right, so that's the link right there. If everybody could slow down the chat real quick, I would bookmark that for sure. These are the type of resources you can find in the tech careers community that's in Entre that I put in before, but this is a really, really dope video, so definitely check it out, and it'll give you some good updates for your resume. Some other tips on LinkedIn is there's an option when you're searching for jobs on LinkedIn to click a button that says less than 10 applicants. So a lot of you get job application fatigue because you're going after roles that hundreds of people are applying for, and you have a very low shot of actually getting a response. So, go after those as well, but also mix it up and click that button and start applying for roles with 10 or less applicants. That way you'll have a better chance of getting a response. So that's one thing. The next thing is Kevin mentioned a hook. I think the best hooks are in person. So if you can, start researching the local tech mixers that are in your city. Entre is doing tech mixers. We'll have one in Miami, October 10th, I believe. But just check out, my profile and my Instagram. I'll be promoting that in person. But in person is the best. And it's not just about in-person to hiring managers or recruiters, it's also to employees that can refer, because referrals is the key, in my opinion, to breaking into tech roles, because you're coming in from a cosign of an actual employee that especially if they're doing the role or they're part of the team that you're applying for. And so what you get to do is get that applicant tracking system, go straight to the hiring manager or the recruiter. And they love to take referrals. Why? Because human nature is, if Kevin says, hey, Ryann is a great candidate, I know that if I hire Ryann and she's great, I'm going to take the credit for it. If I hire Ryann and she's terrible, I'm going to blame Kevin. So it gives them a little bit of a buffer of accountability. Plus, also, Kevin is such a rock star at the company that you trust that Kevin wants the best for the organization, is not going to put a dud into the organization. So asking referrals from people that you don't know is tricky because they don't want to co-sign somebody that they have no work history with. So I recommend, if somebody is open to giving you a referral, take them on a virtual coffee chat, send them a Starbucks card, or take them to a virtual lunch, send them a Seamless card and say, I really appreciate your time. Here's a little bit about me. Do you have any questions, any advice in terms of the people I'm applying with? And then I'm going to send you my job rec, my resume. You have my LinkedIn. If there's anything else you need, let me know, and go from there. But if you're in person, you kind of skip that step of having to do the virtual lunch. And my go-to line is, first, when I up to anybody, hey, what are you working on and how can I support you? What that does is it makes you different than all the other people that are like, hey, I want a job. Hey, I need help on my resume. Hey, can you do this? And you're leading with, what do you do and how can I support you? Because people in tech are multifaceted. They may have a pottery blog. They may have an Instagram of their dog. They might have something else that you can support, right? So they'll tell you a little bit about that. Then they're going to ask, so what do you do and how can I support? Well, I'm actually looking to break into a tech role, and I'm actually interested in the company that you work for, whatever company they said they work for, or if you ask, you'd be like, I'm actually interested in your company. What I would love to be able to do is connect with you on LinkedIn, do some real due diligence on the role that would be really best for me at the organization. I'll send you my resume, the job rec, and obviously I have my LinkedIn. And if you could refer me, that would be great. If you want to add some extra sauce to it, before you before you answer, how can they support you? You say, by chance, do you get referral bonuses for referring the role you're going to apply for to your company? You know what? We do. Perfect. I will be super easy referral money for you. Ha, ha, ha. So I'm going to send you my resume, send you my LinkedIn and the job rec, put it in, and we can cheers when I get the job and, you get your $2,500 bonus, whatever the case is. Or they'll say, you know what? I don't know. Oh, well, some companies do. And if you do, I'll be the best referral money possible. If you don't get referral money, when I get that job, I'm not going to take you to a virtual lunch now, but I'll take you to a real lunch later, a more expensive one because I can afford it. Ha, ha, ha. But it's just about building rapport, getting them to, one, like you, because people help people work with people that they like. So by leading with, how can I support you? Leading with, hey, do you get referral money? Shows that you're not just interested in a one-way beneficial relationship. You're interested in how can it be both ways. And so, yeah, that's my hack. And there's a lot of great events coming up. So I'll put the Tech Careers link in the chat. Go to the tech events. And that's where I really post a lot of the stuff, is in the event section. And then if you follow me on Instagram, I have a broadcast channel where I post events there as well. So yeah, those are just a couple tips that I wanted to share in terms of how to break in. And yeah, also last thing I'll say is this: recruiters are looking for candidates. So if you see that Kevin is looking for a software engineering candidate and you know a software engineering candidate, lead with that. Hey, Kevin, I have a software engineering candidate with 9 years of experience. I see you're looking for somebody with 7. Here's the information. If you'd like an introduction, let me know. The person you're introducing them to, Kevin, is going to be like, yo, Jarrett, thank you. Kevin is going to be like, oh, great. That's one less cold call I got to do to a qualified candidate. They connect, they hit it off. Both sides are happy with you. And then you say, Kevin, by the way, I'm interested in this role at your organization, or this role that you posted. Is there any way that you could recommend me? It's a very small chance that Kevin's going to be like, nah, dude, thanks for the referral, but you're on your own. Very small chance. So just figure out ways you can lead with value. And the easiest way to lead with value is to pay somebody's consultation or give them some sort of coffee or lunch or something like that. I'm not saying go broke doing it, but be strategic, because people are busy and you're going to stand out in a big way by leading with some sort of value. All right, I'm done speaking.
I don't even know what to say. No, that was honestly amazing. You touched on pretty much everything. Yeah, my job is done. But no, seriously, honestly, if you guys haven't already, I know he's dropped it in there a bunch of times. Go join the Tech Careers community. He's dropping all of this info, all of those resources that he's talked about, touched on, all that stuff in his community. And if you guys are looking for other communities, like in cybersecurity, I saw a bunch of, cybersecurity job seekers. I will be reaching out to some cybersecurity firms that are hiring so we can get some cybersecurity jobs on here soon. But yeah, no, obviously, like, go join some of these communities, go network. It goes such a long way. Take advantage of the communities on here. We literally have a whole tab where you can just go to communities and search for public communities, whether it's, Web3 or cybersecurity or design, whatever it is. Like, go find some communities. There's some awesome ones on here. Of course, go join Jarrett's as well. And I know we're coming up at the top of the hour, so if any of the recruiters need a balance, don't hesitate to jump out. We'll probably just go ahead and wrap this up here in the next few minutes. But yeah, no, I guess one of the last things I really want to touch on is kind of the overall impact that your socials have on your application process to an extent. And not only that, but your overall reach too. If you're applying to somebody and you hit them up in the DMs and you don't have a profile pic or you have 10 followers, I know it's not about the followers, but I know you know more than 10 people. So it's like, definitely take care of your socials. It goes such a long way. That's actually one of the reasons. There's Michael. Hey, Michael. That's actually one of the reasons we're getting ready to launch the AI headshots. They're honestly amazing. I'll turn off my camera to show you guys mine. They turn out great. I think our dev team's done a really good job of tuning them up. So we're super excited to be launching these. We're actually doing a promo the next week or so. So I'll share the promo code and the link to get your own AI headshots, but it's basically 48 AI headshots. You can kind of update all of your profile pics, go through, clean up your socials. It goes a long way when you're applying, when you're reaching out to recruiters. So definitely take full advantage of that. And I'll go ahead and keep an eye out in the room chat for the links to everything, as well as the promo code to go get your own AI headshot. I think it's like $5 for 48 headshots. So a lot better deal than you're going to get with a lot of the other AI headshots. And they're also professional focused. So especially for the job seekers right now, it's an awesome opportunity to take advantage of. So yeah, keep an eye out in the room chat, but I'll go ahead and let Michael say a word since you were able to join in. What's up? Maybe he joined on accident.
By the way, is that a AI headshot that Michael has?
Oh yeah. Michael's is an AI headshot too. I forgot about that. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell. It's for real.
It really is. Go ahead, Emily. Sorry.
I'm seeing a lot of messages about the resume template. Guys, you got to message me on LinkedIn or go onto my LinkedIn profile. My Telegram link is there, and then I'll send it there.
Hey, Sean, can I say something as well? I'm looking in the chat, and Jamil J. Fax is asking about the job board on the app. Jamil, if you go to the app, I don't know if you have iOS or Google, but when you pull up the app, at the bottom, there's the blue plus sign, and right next to it is the job gigs button. Press that, and you'll see the job links on Entre for that. So hopefully he's still here, and hopefully that helps.
Yeah, I'll see if I can't share my screen right quick. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of a connection issue. I'm not sure if it's just on the back end. I'm kind of struggling to share my screen here. But yeah, basically, if you guys have any questions about it, obviously just shoot me a DM. Don't hesitate to reach out. Okay, cool. I think my screen share is showing up. I'll go ahead and jump over to it. Let me know if you guys can see my screen.
Still circling right now.
Right. All right. We'll give it a second. But yeah, no, definitely take full advantage of it. Like I said, I'm the head of community here. Like, if you guys have any questions about the platform, it's literally my job to help you guys, like, learn about it, all that fun stuff, help answer your questions, etc. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Just shoot me a DM. My DMs are open. But this is the jobs board. Can you guys see it yet? Or is it still loading?
We see it now.
It's still spinning. Oh, you see it now, Jarrett?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, oh, there we go. Can you guys see it now?
I can.
I see it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry that took so long, but I'm not sure exactly what the question was again. If somebody wants to read it off to me, but in regards to the jobs and gigs board, this is what it looks like. It's in chronological order. So do with that what you will. I would definitely suggest just kind of rule of thumb. Pretty much if it's in chronological order, I'd say there's probably like 2 to 5 jobs posted a day. You don't really want to apply to anything that's over like 14 days old. So if you want to do the math, pretty much whatever 14 times 5 is, I'd kind of keep it in that ballpark. But other than that, you guys can filter the job type, the experience, the industry. Obviously, if there's some that are in specific locations near you, you can search based off location. But the last thing is the keyword search. This is probably the easiest. You literally just type in some words and it'll spit out whatever jobs have those words. So yeah, hopefully that helps. For anybody who is kind of new to the platform, I do host a new user welcome and like walkthrough where I give an overview of the platform, basically a full-on in-person tutorial. You guys can find that in the events section. And speaking of events, we're actually hosting an in-person event in New York tonight. It's one of our first in-person events back in a while, so we're super excited about it. Michael's actually there right now. I saw he joined, but not sure if he's just listening or accidentally joined. But yeah, we're super excited to be getting back into in-person events. Like Jarrett said, we are going to be hosting a bunch of events down in Miami soon as well. I think we're trying to finalize a few things, so they're not posted just yet. But yeah, guys, virtual events, in-person events, whatever it is, jump over to the events feed. You're going to be able to find all events, upcoming events. By the way, Emily, we definitely got to touch base, not just getting you set up on the jobs and gigs board with all your jobs, but also hosting some more events with us. I know a lot of people really appreciated kind of the deep dive into the resume review, all of that stuff. So, but yeah, guys, seriously, take advantage of the events feed, the jobs and gigs board, and the communities as well. At the end of the day, this is genuinely an event for everybody to connect with. I absolutely love how everybody has responded with the event so far. A lot of wholesomeness. I'm not going to lie. I've definitely appreciated it. I appreciate everybody who's come out. All the support everybody's given to me, to all the speakers up here. I absolutely love it. That's what it's all about. Community goes a long way, especially in this day and age. So I definitely appreciate it. And in regards to communities, go join some on here. You can literally search and filter for them however you want, especially if you're looking to like get into a new industry or kind of transition careers. Take advantage of the communities. It's a great way to connect with somebody who's already in that industry or whatever it may be, or at least just kind of build out your network. Obviously, it goes a long way, so take full advantage of it. But yeah, with that said, I'll kind of, oh, there we go. I'll give it back over to the speakers one last time for any closing words, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this thing up. I know we're a little past the hour, so I appreciate y'all staying around. But Emily, if you want to kick us off with any final words, best way to contact you, whatever it may be, feel free, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. So LinkedIn is a great way to get a hold of me. My URL everywhere is the Crypto Recruiter. So you can find me on Instagram as the Crypto Recruiter. You can find me on Telegram and like all this fun stuff. I do want to mention I cannot accept everybody's connection requests. Unfortunately, we can only have 30,000 connections on LinkedIn. But if you leave me a note in the connection request, I can respond to you. And I can also send you the resume template. So on my LinkedIn profile, I'm going to drop the link right now. My Telegram is accessible. I want to thank you for the 63 people that followed me today from Entre. I am like 30 people away from 38,000 followers, so I really appreciate it. Yeah. So we're getting there. We're getting there.
Awesome. Jarrett, any final words? Best way to contact you?
I hit
all that
20
fun stuff? Hey.
Yeah, we'll let Ryan go first. Ryan, you got it.
Go ahead, Ryan. Yeah.
Oh.
Closing words, best way to contact you?
Starting off with that one, I actually, I had like 3 followers. Actually, I had 1 at first, and it was Sean Snyder. So thanks, guys, for following me, and DM me if you have any further questions. If you want to learn more about ABA, they asked me to be a speaker. This field doesn't directly relate to data or technology, but it does relate to the care of humans. And also there's data collection and data analysis, creating graphs and following scientific procedures. So I'm gonna be real, it's a killer resume builder. We have a lot of students, a lot of people who are getting back in the field. Our oldest employee right now is 72, and our youngest is 18. She's walked across the stage in May. And they are all helping children and adults with autism be their happiest, most true selves. So DM me on here, and I would love to hear from you, even if it's just to talk about autism, neurodiversity, anything like that.
I love it. And I saw a few people were asking for the LinkedIn. I know you shared it earlier, but if you want to drop it in the room chat one more time before we close out. But I appreciate everybody who's tuned in. It was awesome having you guys here. I will be getting a job fair recap with all of the jobs, the links to apply and stuff like that within the next day or two. And if you guys had any issues with the AI headshot stuff, definitely ping me a message. I'll get back to you guys ASAP, probably tomorrow morning, because I got a few things to wrap up with today, and then I'm logging off for the night. But yeah, definitely ping me. I'll get back to you guys, and we'll figure out the promo code if you're having any issues with it. But yeah, it should just be all undercase launch. The link is literally joinentre.com/AI-headshots. So basically, yeah, it's super simple. And again, the promo code is just launch, all undercase. So, or lowercase, undercase, lowercase, same idea. But with that said, I appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll go ahead and wrap this up. Have a great rest of your weeks. I'll see you guys. Take care. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was saying Ryan can go first. I still wanted to do a little quick outro real fast. Yeah, no problem. So here, the last thing I wanted to share is I have this podcast. It's called Big Tech Energy. It's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, all the different platforms. But YouTube, I would love for you guys to subscribe. That would be dope. Getting close to 2,000. So I'll just put it in the chat real quick. Boom. Y'all can just click that and click subscribe and then watch some of the videos. I basically interview 6, 7, 8-figure earners in tech about their roles, their journey, how they broke in, resources that they recommend for you all to utilize, but also talk about the mindset that it takes to be really successful in this space, how to be intentional about your career, how to network, how to solve problems, how to manage up in management, manage side, manage down, and also just kind of the correlation of people work hard, people treat people well, and that's how you get further in tech. It's not a snap your fingers and get rich in tech type of thing. So definitely check that out. And then also just look up my name on LinkedIn, or if you follow me on Entre and you go into my profile, you can go to direct.me/Big Tech Energy and find all of my links. But then you'll also see the links to like my LinkedIn, my Twitter, my Instagram, etc. And I'll be hosting a lot of different conferences, too many to list off. But if you want to stay in touch, if you want to meet in person, definitely stay in touch with me on Instagram, and you will see all the different conferences that I'll be hitting up and speaking at the rest of this year. I got about 6 of them, and they all have recruiters and hiring managers. So if you say, hey, I met you at the Entre Tech Career Fair, I'll walk you over to a couple of recruiters, and hey, maybe that'll be the thing you need. So with that being said, yeah, stay connected with me on Instagram. I'll just put it in the chat really fast. It's also in my Entre bio, but that's the best way to actually stay in touch with me on all the events that I'll be doing. And you can also check out my story so you can see what you're missing out on if you're not there. That's it, Sean. I know it's getting late.
Perfect. So. No, you're good. My bad for leaving you out. Totally slipped my mind, but I saw Donald just join back as well. So Donald, if you want to do a little outro, feel free. Best way to contact you. Any final words? Maybe, maybe not. All good, all good. I also saw a few people saying, hope to see you guys again. I hope to see you guys again soon. And we actually have another job fair. We host the tech, virtual job fair, which is more broad in the sense of roles and everything. We host this every month. I don't know the exact date for the next one, but it'll be late October. And then, of course, same thing though, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. And then we actually host now a AI career fair, which will be in 2 weeks from now. So we're kind of doing them bi-weekly. So that's super exciting. like I said, go check the events feed to find that. Go join. I'll actually drop the link to it super quick before I wrap up. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming out. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, great rest of your week. Go make some money, go find some jobs. Good luck. And yeah, I appreciate it. Let me just drop the link to the career fair or AI career fair for you guys. And we'll go ahead and close this out. If it wants to load. All right, we're getting here. There we go. There we go. Copy. Definitely go sign up.
I definitely want to. I'm gonna message you separately, but I'm interested in all those careers. I'd love to be there.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I just dropped the link in the room chat. Hopefully it loads. If not, I'll be posting it in the job fair recap when I post the recording and everything. So I appreciate you guys again. Have a great one. See ya.